Hey guys, Ammina here. I want you to meet my big sis Nieta. She is a self-taught chef that has lost a ton of weight eating clean and sharing her tips and recipes on her blog, simplycleancheating.com. I hope that you guys find inspiration in her story and stay tuned to the end for a delicious jerk shrimp fried rice recipe, and make sure to thumbs up for more videos like this.
My name's Nieta Gates. I'm the owner and blogger of simplycleancheating.com. I've lost highest weight 250, lowest weight 185 currently. I'm trying to get to that 170. So I've lost a total of 65 pounds over about the last 10 years. Started my weight loss journey in 2006 with a breast reduction. I realized my stomach was there once the breasts were gone. For those of you who had breast reduction, you know how that goes. Like, where did that come from? So anyway, started Weight Watchers. Cliche story, had a baby, got married, all that good loving, all that good eating and clubbing, had the baby, gained more weight, lost it again, started off his job, gained it back. Didn't really understand my relationship with food until recently, maybe about 2 years ago. I started weightlifting and started really researching the impact food really has on your body. And I lost most of that weight back now. And I decided to start my blog, Simply Clean Cheating. And I use the term clean cheating because I want people to understand that eating healthy and clean eating is more than grilled chicken and broccoli. I started cooking probably at about the age of 18 when I started college. Most collegiates don't like the cafeteria food. I know we didn't, but we were fortunate enough to have a kitchen in our dorm. And we would go down there and just do our thing. And we would cook. And we would vibe and whatever else, and then the guys would come downstairs, so they got us cool points with the guys because we could cook. And so anyway, started doing that because we didn't like the food. And then after college, I started going out to restaurants, what a 20-something-year-old does. They go to restaurants, they work, they have fun, they club. And I'm buying things, I'm buying drinks, and I'm buying food, and all this stuff is overpriced. And I wanted to figure out how to make this stuff myself. So I started experimenting with things, and I fell in love with it when I would see people's expressions on their face and how they just really enjoyed my food, and that made me feel good. So after that, I started looking more into it. I started doing more research and, on self-educating, cooking techniques, things like that, and in addition to recipes. And that led me to my catering business. I used to run a catering business, NJ Gates Events. Ran it with my sister Norma for about 4 years, and we did really well. But anyone who's been in the hospitality industry knows that you get kind of burned out. But other than that, we had a lot of good times. And after that, I went back to doing my 9 to 5, which was HR. And so that's what pays the bills. The dish people ask me to make the most, everybody has their own thing. My husband, I believe the man bleeds orange. So he asked me to make macaroni and cheese all the time. My mother's favorite dish is Grand Marnier bread pudding. I'm a Midwestern girl, so as my friend Vaughn says, a lot of my dishes are hoity-toity, but I do a lot of upscale dishes. My nephew's favorite dish is the buffalo chicken salad. My sister's is the plantain empanada. So you can catch me doing anything from bourbon salmon to collard greens one day. So I do a plethora of things, and everybody has their favorite. I would say my go-to seasoning, I love using as fresh as possible. So I like to use a lot of herbs, but my go-to seasoning, I like to call it the Trinity. It's a mixture of onion, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. A little bit more onion powder than the other two. If they're combined together, it gives this really nice bacon-like flavor to your meats and your side dishes and your veggies and things like that. The one tip I would give to a beginner cook is to cook from the heart. And as cliche as it might sound, cook out of love. Because if you don't care about what you're cooking, if you don't care about the dish, then it's going to show. People can tell where your head is at, where your heart is at when they eat your food. I would say cook with fresh ingredients, the freshest as possible, and take your time. It's trial and error. If you mess up something, don't beat yourself up. Try again. Keep going until you get that right, until you find the method that works for you. This chef's method may not be your method. How my cooking contributed to my weight loss. In my 20s, I was a restaurant junkie. I was always going to the restaurants. And like I said, I'm a restaurant junkie who doesn't like spending money. So that doesn't go. And so I started learning how to make these things myself. And when I first started clean eating, I remember I didn't really know what to eat. I thought it was just veggies and protein, veggies and protein. And I remember I asked my mentor, I said, well, what can you eat sweet? And she said, she didn't have an answer for me. And so at that point, I was like, no, I have to figure this out because I'm human and I have to go the rest of my life. And I can't go the rest of my life just eating the same thing over and over again. It works for some people. It doesn't work for me because I love food. How you think I got the 250? So I started just figuring out, what do you like to eat? So if I like macaroni and cheese, I would figure out how to make that healthier. If I like fried rice, I would figure out how to make that healthier. So and then it's just some things that you can't do, like macaroni and cheese. I'm a purist, just leave it alone. If you're gonna do it and work it off at the gym. But that's how I combine my love of food and fitness. I just started doing trial and error, figuring out what worked for me based on the things I liked. So today, everyone, we have jerk shrimp fried rice. So first, what we're going to do, I'm going to use brown rice. So what I have right now is some water boiling. I like to find things that add a lot of flavor without sacrificing my waistline. So I cook a lot of things in chicken broth, veggie broth, beef broth. So to this I did half chicken broth, half water. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the brown rice to this. Then give it a quick little stir. So once we give it that stir, you want it to get to a boil. And once it starts boiling, what you want to do is you want to immediately turn it down to low, to a very low simmer. Once it starts boiling, and then you want to simmer it for about 45 minutes, or according to your direction on your package. So while that's going, we can get started on the jerk sauce, the shrimp, and the veggies. So small saucepan, I'm going to add my soy sauce. And if you want a healthier option, because some people don't really like soy, you can use liquid aminos, which is a good alternative to soy sauce. I'm going to add a little Worcestershire because I love Worcestershire sauce. I literally put this stuff on everything, my oatmeal, smoothies, I put it on everything. It has a little sweet tang to it, so we're going to add that. What we're going to do is we're going to add the juice of 2 to 3 limes. I like citrusy. If you are buying lime juice, that's the equivalent of 6 tablespoons. So we're going to add the juice of about 3 limes. You're going to add a little olive oil to that. And then you're going to add this nice beautiful plate of spices. You're going to give this a stir, or a whisk if you have a whisk. You want it to look like this. You want it to have the consistency where it's slightly coating the back of the spoon. It's just a slightly thin coat. If you don't want to use crushed red pepper and you want this to be as authentic as possible, traditionally Scotch bonnets are used, but you can also use habanero, which are right next to Scotch bonnet on the heat index. Or if you want something slightly milder but still spicy, you still get that kick, jalapeno peppers. So you can just chop those up and put those in the sauce, or grind it up and put it in a blender or a food processor so you can incorporate it into your sauce. Let's get the veggies started. So you can use a little nonstick cooking spray. We're going to add chopped red peppers, carrots, and white onions. You're just going to saute them until they're translucent and they're soft. Okay, you don't want them mushy. And so once these are done, you can set that to the side, and this is how they should look. So while all of these are going, this is still reducing, you can get the shrimp started. Put a little bit more nonstick cooking spray. So here I have some seasoned salt and pepper shrimp that's already good and ready to go. I like my shrimp to look like shrimp, so I always get jumbo. Minimum 16, 20 count. So I'm going to add about a half a pound of that, which would be about 8 to 10 shrimp. And you don't have to do much to it. All you have to do is just cook it until it's pink. So now, once your jerk sauce is reduced The rice is finished. And by the time you do all of this, your rice should be finished. The rice takes about 45 minutes. So now what we're going to do is create some magic. Take our pan, have it on medium-low heat. We're going to add some rice, add the veggies, and then we're going to add our jerk sauce that's already reduced. And then we're going to stir that up all nicely. Okay, and you just want to cook this until it's coated. This is a simple dish. It sounds fancy, but it's really not. Now we're going to turn that off. Now it's time to eat. And once you combine the veggies, the sauce, and that great rice, it should look like this. If you want to garnish it, some scallions. I love scallions. Yes, more onions. Yes. And a little squeeze of lime juice to really bring out those flavors. Jerk shrimp fried rice. I hope you guys try this recipe, and please check out simplycleancheating.com.